What is up, guys? Goose here, man, and it's finally here, man. Finally here, man. But before I get started, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up and ring that notification bell. If you haven't done so, click all notifications. But yeah, it's finally here. LSU Alabama week is finally here. Both fan bases have been waiting for this game for a few weeks. When it was very apparent that, but we both probably be undefeated coming into this game, as both teams are both 8-0. I assume that when the college football rankings come out tonight, they'll be both of them will be 1-2. Pretty sure, assume that both teams will be 1-2 after the football rankings come out. But anyway, so yeah, both these teams, so they're undefeated. They both score a lot of points. Both defenses a little suspect, but so now this is a tough game to predict, because it's going to come down to something minuscule like special teams, who can run the ball, who gets turnovers. That's going to be key too. But yeah, both teams, I mean, they just played well this year. As Joe Burrow has 2,800 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Tua has 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He has almost 2,200 yards passing. So yeah, both those players, are Heisman candidates. So they'll be in New York for the Heisman ceremony. Both those players will be. So Alabama's favored by 6.5 points. They've won the last 8 games over LSU. They won that ever since that November night back in 2011. LSU has not been able to beat Alabama. They beat them in the national title game later that year. Alabama did, and since then LSU has just been unable to beat Alabama. There's 2012 and 2014. LSU had leads late in that game. Alabama made the plays at the end to win those games, but other than that, LSU really hasn't had a chance to win any of those games. But those two was 2012 and 2014. Other than that, Alabama just controlled the last 8 games, and they won 8 in a row. It is what it is. LSU's gonna have to go over there in Tuscaloosa, and they're gonna have to play mistake-free football. They can't turn the ball over. They can't have stupid penalties. They're gonna have to force Alabama into turnovers, and LSU's special teams are gonna have to play much better. Their kicking game is a little iffy. LSU's is. Cade York has missed some field goals. He's not what Cole Tracy was last year. Cole Tracy was much more reliable than Cade York. So this game is gonna boil down to like I said, this game is gonna boil down to special teams, of course, turnovers and penalties. Who's gonna have the dumb penalty? Who's gonna have that holding call to negate a touchdown? Who's gonna get that pass interference call to extend a drive? Stuff like that. And whoever does that will more than likely win the game. I think both teams will score points. I mean, anybody says that one team is going to shut down the other team, I don't think that. I think both teams will score points. The over/under is 64. I think that's about right. I think even might go over that. I think both teams score in the 30s. I just don't see how any defense, either one of these defenses, are going to shut somebody down. I don't see it. Because LSU is averaging 47 points a game, Alabama 48. They're both getting over 500 yards per game on offense. I just don't see these defenses. Now, of course, no, you're gonna get a defensive stop, and you might get that turnover. But both these offenses are going to move the ball. Both these offenses are going to throw the ball. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to move the ball in this football game. So, like I said, it's going to come down to a few things. Like I said, those penalties. Who's going to get that holding call to negate a touchdown? Who's going to get the defensive pass interference call to extend a drive late in the game, and maybe give the winning team a chance at a field goal at the end, stuff like that. So I think that's what's going to happen. So who do I think is going to win? Everybody knows who I think is going to win. I mean, I'm not going to pick against LSU, and I wouldn't expect any Alabama fan to pick against their team. So I think it's pointless for me to give a prediction. But I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a really, really close game. It's going to be under 7 points. It's going to be under a touchdown. It's going to be under a touchdown. And I just think LSU will make enough plays at the end to win. Just my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. So, like I said, just like Alabama fans, they think their team is going to win. Hey, if I was an Alabama fan, I would say the same damn thing. But I'm an LSU fan. I'm not an Alabama fan. So I think LSU's going to go in there. I think they're going to win. I think they're finally going to get off the the snide here with Alabama after losing 8 straight, because the streak's going to end sometime. Why not Saturday? So I think it's going to be a great game. So it's going to be 3:30 Eastern time, 2:30 Central local over there in Tuscaloosa. Weather should be nice. I don't think it's supposed to rain over there, so that's good. It's good. So weather should be cool like it is over there this time of year in November. So hope everybody watches this game. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Number 1 versus number 2. Like I said, I think both these teams will be number 1, number 2 when these college football rankings come out later tonight on ESPN. Have a great one, guys, and go Tigers.